Yeah, first of all, good evening, everyone. So, my name is Pratyush, and so today we are going to start the demo session, 3 days demo session of our Python batch. Okay. Along with this, you will be having full stack, right? With Python, you will be having the UI part, front end, okay, front end like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and so on, right? And React.js. With along with this, you will be having Python plus Django. Okay, Python plus Django you will be having. So first we will complete Python, then we will move to the Django part. Okay, right. So in this particular curriculum, we are going to see a lot of things. So it is going to be a beautiful journey, right? So what it is going to be first is once we complete our demo session, okay, once we complete the demo sessions, like it would be around, it would be of 3 to 4 days, right? After that, once you get enrolled into this, right, you'll be having uh, like every day you'll be having this lab sessions, right? After lab sessions every week, okay, every week you are going to have at least, you have to give at least one mock test plus one mock interview. Okay, I think you guys are already aware of these things, right? So along with this, the person is there who's going to monitor each and everything, your attendance, your class status, right, where you are standing right now. So everything you the person is going to take care of that. Along with this, the thing what you have to maintain here is 80% of attendance, right? Once you get into this particular program, once you get enrolled in it, okay, you have to maintain 80% of attendance. Okay, and there is a program called internship program from the parental company called Yukta Technologies. Okay, so it would be around of 3 months, right? 3 months of this particular internship would be there once you complete the course. Okay, or once you complete the course you will be having this particular program, but that is also once you get only above 80% of attendance. Above 80% of attendance if it is there, then we will provide you the internship certificate. Okay, then yeah, mock test would be there, and interviews would be there, right? Mock interviews every week, and there also you have to score at least 6 or 7 marks. Just give me a moment. Right, so there you have to take care of the marks as well, right? And every week we will be monitoring you, like where you are in the particular subject, okay, how you are doing, everything we are going to monitor. So shall we start the subject? Basically we are going to start from the scratch to the advanced topic. Okay, so what are the thing we are going to cover? That is the starting of the Python, that is what is Python, why do we need Python, okay, why we use uh, what is actually programming language, why do we need programming language. Okay, along with this, along with data types, what are the data types, how we represent the data in Python. Okay, as well as the features of Python, what makes Python different from other languages, as we already have Java, C, C++, all these language, backend language are Java mostly, right? Mostly nowadays, Java and Python are being mostly used, right? So why it is different from Java? Why to use Python only, right? Along with the topic like functions, okay, operators, functions. Then we will move to the modules. We will move to the files concept. Then along with object-oriented programming language, exception handling, multi-threading, all the concept of advanced plus core. Okay, we are going to cover it in this particular curriculum, right? And so every day, So every day the timing would be the same. Okay, timing would be the same. Timing would be 5 to 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And this is going to be the 3 days demo session. 3 days demo session where we are going to see just the basic of Python. Okay, basic of Python means what is programming language. Okay, then who invented Python, why they have invented Python, what makes Python different from other languages, and the history. Okay, what inspired to make, or what are the languages the Python got influenced. Okay, or the makers, the creators of Python got influenced to make this particular Python. And along with yeah, these things we are going to cover, right? And also real time applications through Python. What are the real time applications we can create? Okay, through real time application, through real time projects, everything we will be seeing into this. So with Python, what are the things we can create? First we will see that particular concept. Okay, so with this I would start with the real time applications on Python. Yeah, every day, everyday sessions, notes, and recordings. Everything you will get on your Google Drive. Okay, so no need to worry about 1 year of access we are going to give you. You can access up to 1 year so that you will have a good knowledge into it. Okay, so real time applications we are going to see the first. So with Python programming language, we can create several real time applications like online. Guys, this is my humble request, please mute yourself, those who are. Yeah, like what are the fields we can use Python? Okay, what are the fields we can use Python? First, web application. Okay, web development I would say. Okay, in web development, what are the things we can use? First, Django is our framework, right? Django, just like what we have in other programming language like Java has something like servlet, JSP. These are the frameworks for Java, right? These are the framework. Similar kind of in similar way, we also have Django, or we can say Flask, or we can say Bottle, right? And so on. These are the, I can say, frameworks to be used to create real time application based on Python. Okay, so this is what which makes Python one of the language which can create web development, or which can be included in web development, right? So with the help of Django, Flask, Bottle, if you check Django, if you know Django, that would be really easy for you guys to crack Flask as well, to crack Bottle as well, right? Everything is same, almost the thing are same here, right? Only the thing is Django is more vast when it comes to modules, when it comes to predefined functions, or all the things, right? And yeah, it is having more features actually. Django is having more features, right? Second, data science. Nowadays everyone knows data science, right? What is data science? What is data science? In data science we have n number of scopes, right? Like machine learning, deep learning, NLP, right? And if you want to become like you can become machine learning engineer, you can become deep learning engineer, you can become open cv engineer, right? Computer vision engineer. Likewise, we have n number of fields in data science, right? So in with the help of this python, you can go through with this particular thing, including in data science like machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, okay, and opencv nlp, sorry, opencv like computer vision, okay, data analysis. Okay, so these fields are open to you when it comes to python. When you have a good knowledge on python, that means you can become or you can learn these many technologies as well, right? So I would say basic some basic libraries we have, okay, pandas, numpy, or matplotlib. These are kind of a library. I would say some more in matplotlib would come inside data analysis, okay. So pandas, numpy, you can take sklearn as well, okay, scikit-learn we call it as, and many more we have. Many more we have, right? Third third if I talk about, I can go for machine learning, okay. Machine learning, in machine learning also, actually it is a part of data science. It is a part of data science. I'm including like this because it has lots of n number of libraries including it, right? sklearn, okay, scikit-learn we call it as, tensorflow is there, tensorflow, okay, tensorflow. Likewise we have n number of libraries with this, right? So these are the field where we can use our python programming knowledge to enhance or to create the real time applications, right? Along with this, I can also include something like artificial intelligence, I would say ai, okay, artificial intelligence, right? Including our artificial intelligence, we can say keras, okay, keras, pytorch, okay. So these are kind of libraries we can include to make any artificial intelligence application with the help of python. Okay, what makes python different from other languages? People says like python is a simple language, people say python is having some features which makes python different. But what are those features? What are those features? First of all, python is kind of a language which can easily be understandable by the newbies also. When I say newbies, that means beginners, right? So those who are starting learning their, or they, if they have interest in any language, so we should suggest python instead of any other languages. Because if I talk about c++, java, right? Java we cannot learn without c++, right? Java requires c++ knowledge, because java is kind of a language which is having, it is a pure object oriented programming language. That means we have to have a knowledge of object oriented, class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. These are a kind of a concept we have to have a good grip on it, right, before learning java programming language. But for python is kind of a language which is both oops and procedural. Now when I say procedural, it is nothing but functional oriented programming language. Now what is functional oriented programming language? Which has some structure, which has functions. Okay, now what is function? Function is nothing but it is a sub program, right? It is a sub program of a main program. And when I say sub program of a main program, that means it performs the code reusability. Okay, just think like led tv, how many times it has been created? How many times this led tv has been created, this particular? One time, yes or no? But how many times we are using it? A number of time you are using. Can I say this has been created only one time but we are using multiple time? Can I say we are reusing it? Okay, that is known as code reusability. So C plus C programming is having the concept of procedural, that means functional oriented programming language, whereas Java is pure object oriented programming language. That means it totally depends on objects, class, encapsulation, inheritance, or all the concept of OOPS, right? And similarly, Python is a language which takes both of that. That means functional oriented as well as object oriented. Are you getting it? That means it has both the features, procedural feature as well and OOPS feature as well, right? So initial days, I'm gonna give you overview of what is Python, what is programming language. But when it comes to more advanced topic like function, the special functions, you will get to know about what is procedural oriented programming language. Why do we actually need procedural oriented programming language? Okay, so let me give you one example. Before starting of this, let me give you one example so that you will understand what is procedural and why do we need object oriented or procedural oriented, right? Now let's suppose there is a thing. Let's suppose let's suppose in a particular programming language, let's suppose there is 100 line of code. There is 100 line of code. So here I'm not going to give you any like intuition about how to write the code. Okay, beginning days, I'm going to give you the overview of Python. Okay, next couple of days I'm going to give you the overview of Python, then we will start the actual subject. Okay, now let's suppose there is 100 line of code. In this 100 line of code, in this particular 100 line of code, let me write it like this. In this particular 100 line of code, for example, this is 100 line of code. Okay, 100 lines are there. Now in this, among this 100 line of code, we have two errors we have already. Obviously we know that every programming language has this concept, error concept, right? Once we get the error, we have to resolve it, right? So we have two errors and we don't know where it is. Now tell me, what should I do to check these two errors? What should I do? I should check all the 100 lines? Yes or no? I should check all the 100 lines. Let's suppose in 99th line, my one error is there, and in my 50th line, one error is there. What should I do? I have to go through all these codes? Yes or no? Okay, so for this, it is making our data, or it is making our programming more, I would say it is not so efficient. Why? Because just to make, or just to keep out those two error, we have to check whole 100 line of code. Can I say it is a time consuming process? Can I say checking one by one line would be a time consuming process, right? To make this, to overcome this particular issue, what they have done is they have made something called, okay, they have made something called function. Now what this function is, we have 100 line of code, right? We have 100 line of code. To get two errors, we have to go through all 100 line of code. What we will do is we will divide these programs into sub programs. Let's suppose here we are dividing it. Okay, here we are dividing it like this. So let's suppose I have, in 100 line of code, I'll be having this particular block will be having 20 line of code. This particular block will be having 20 line of code. Similarly, this also will be having 20, this will be having 20, and the last one also will be having 20 line of code. Now can I say this 100 line of code is being divided into small units? Okay, this, let's suppose this is function 1, this is function 2, function 3, function 4, and this is function 5. Are you getting it? So this is 20 line of code, 20 line of code, 20, 20, and 20. Now let's suppose that where we were getting two errors in 50th and 99. Can I say 50 will lay somewhere around this particular unit? Can I say here my 50th line of code is 50th error, sorry, 50th line of code error, LOC error. And where next 99? Can I say it is in this particular function, function 5? Function 3 and function 5 are having two errors in 50th line of code and in 90th, 99th line of code. Are you getting it? Now what we have to do I need to check all these functions? Do I need to check all this F1, F2, F4 as well? No. What should I check? Only F3 and F5. What I am trying to say is F3 is having this particular 50th line of code where we have error. Okay, can I say only I need to check 20 line of code instead of checking 100 line of code? I only need to check 20 line of code. Now can I say the time is getting reduced? Yes or no? The execution time, the checking time is getting reduced because of this particular process. That's why we call it as sub program. What it is? Sub program. Why we call it a sub program? Because there is a main program. Okay, there is a main program, and we have divided this into sub programs, small units. Okay, or we can also call it as a part of the main program. Okay, part of the main program. And now one more thing is there. Just give me a moment. Now this is something which makes our data more, like I would say, it reduce the time complexity. It reduce the, I would also say, it reduce the execution time as well, right? But there is a drawback as well. When we have function, there is a drawback as well. Let's suppose there is a main function. Okay, there is a main function, and you just take it as a main part. It is okay, it is a main part where we are going to execute our sub programs. So let's suppose there are some sub programs. Let's take two sub programs are there. There is a program called sum, there is a program called multi. Okay, sum and multiplication, right? And here I'm going to call these functions, and functions are what? Sub program of the main program. It is a part of the main program, right? So can I say these are the sub programs of this particular main program, right? Just an example it is. Okay, think about it, and this is just an example why we are using both in Python, why we are using both OOPS, that is object oriented programming language, and as well as procedural, or we can say functional oriented functions. Okay, why do we need this particular thing? Okay, so let's suppose there is a main function. Okay, in main function I'll be calling, right, in main function, let's suppose here I'll be calling this sum function and this multiple function. That means it is directly reflecting what, or it is directly referring to what? These two functions. Yes or no? That means sum function, that is a sub program, and this multiple function, that is a sub program too. Are you getting it? Right? So sum and multiplication are having two programs. That means these are, I would say, it is a sub program one, and this is a sub program two. Okay, these two are our sub programs. Now this particular part is a main part of the program, or we can also call it as main function, right? Now let's suppose I'm giving something like this. here on itself I'm giving any value like integer of a and b, integer of a and b and c. Now, if you check here, integer of a, b, and c are kind of a variable, or we can say the values which whatever the values it is going to store a, b, and c. Okay. Can I say all the values are also accessible by sum function and multiplication function? Because can I say all a, b, c are global variable here? Global means can be accessed by anyone. Global variable, you can check something like visa is kind of a global thing, right? Visa, passport, you can travel anywhere, right? But Aadhaar card, it is local to India. Can we use Aadhaar card outside of the India? No. But visa or passport can be used across the different countries, right? So can I say these are my visas, like A, B, and C are my passport, and can be used by any function, can be used by any country? Yes. So sum and multiplications are my two functions, and which are both are using what, a, b, and c. Are you getting it? Right. But here there is a concept. Let's suppose c is taking or c is storing some confidential data. Confidential data means which you don't want to share to anyone. At this particular time, you check that sum function and multiplication function can easily access C as well. Yes or no? But I want this particular C only can be accessible by some program, some function. What should I do? There we need to make the term called object. Okay, term called what? Object. How to do it? Let's keep this particular, I will take all this inside of this. Let's take this inside of this int of a, and let's take int of c here. Okay, and I will remove this particular part from this. Now I would say that a and b can be accessible by sum and multiplication, but cannot be accessible by, and c cannot be accessible by multiplication, right? And I am keeping this whole thing inside of one thing called object. This object is keeping track of this particular sum function, which is securing the data, that is integer of c. Just for an example I have given. Okay, just for an example, why we actually need OOPS concept, object oriented programming language. Okay, why we actually need this. Okay, let's go back to the topic called real time applications. What are the real time applications we can create? Right now, next, automation. Automation. In automation also we can use this Python programming language. Okay, with the help of Selenium. Okay, Selenium. And there is also called beautiful soap. Okay, beautiful soap. There is a module called beautiful soap is there, right? And it is not that soap. Okay, beautiful soap is a module, kind of a module, comes under Python package, right? So Selenium is there, and beautiful soap is there, right? Similar, in same fashion, I can go for desktop GUI application, desktop GUI application, right? In this desktop GUI applications, I can use something like Kinter, or we can also use PyQt. Okay, PyQt. Again, Qt sounds like cute and all. It is not like that, right? So PyQt, again, it is a module. Kinter is also kind of a module used for GUI applications, right? GUI applications, right? In similar way, we also have something. We can also go for web scraping. Web scraping, right? Now, what this web scraping is? It is used in web application, or we can say extracting data from the web. Okay, extracting data from the web, right? Here I can say Scrappy is there. Scrappy is one of the module we can use to create a web scraping application, right? Similarly, I also have something like game applications, game development. Okay, I would say game development. In development also I can use the module called Pygames. Okay, Pygame it is, Pygame. So what I am trying to say is these kind of modules we have. Okay, when I say modules, keep this particular thing in your mind, that Python is totally based on the modules, and modules only makes the Python different from other languages, and also it makes Python simplest language in the earth. Okay, I'll tell you why module is why module makes Python different and simple. Okay, so let's take one more, ninth one. Ninth one would be our mobile application development, right? Mobile application development, here also I can go for, yeah, here I can go for, there is a Kiwi, right? There is a module called Kiwi here, right? Let me separate this all so that you will understand it properly. Right, so these things are okay. 10, 10th you can say IoT is also there, Internet of Things, right? IoT, that is also known as Internet of Things. There also you can use this particular programming language. Okay, you can use micro python. Okay, you can use MicroPython with some embedded terms, right? Like C++, C programming you can use for embedded systems, right? 11th you can say natural language processing. Okay, natural language processing, here you can take NLTK. Okay, NLTK you can take speci. Okay, these are the modules you can use for natural language processing. Similarly, you can also have scientific computation, scientific computation. There also you can use Python. Okay, in scientific computation you can have something like mm, SciPy. Okay, SciPy is there, right? So n number of, here if I start writing like this, it is going to take more time. So I can say, I would say, with Python, right? We can create 25 plus real time applications, 25 plus real time applications. Are you getting it? Okay, so these are just example I have given you, and these are the modules. With the help of these modules I can go for creating real-time application based on these many fields. Okay, so these are web application, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Likewise, we have lots of n number of fields where we can use Python programming language. Okay, let's move to let's move to the history of Python. History of Python. Right. When I say history of Python, the creator, or we can say the father of Python, is nothing but Guido van Rossum. Okay, the name is kind of complicated. It is Guido van Rossum, right? Just like beautiful soap, right? But it is beautiful, right? So the Guido van Rossum created Python programming in the late year 1980s. okay, in the late year 1980s. That means just they have introduced it, or you can say the foundation laid in 1980s. Okay, when they have started implementing it, Python 1.0 was the initial version of Python. Actually, they have started implementing in 1990s, 1991, right? But they have first released it in 1994. Okay, first released the Python is 1994. So was released in 1994 and focusing on simplicity and readability of this, right? Simplicity and readability, that means focus, right? Focusing on simplicity and readability. Now obviously Python is one of the simple language, okay, which makes what makes Python simple. I will tell you the reason behind this, what makes Python simplest and the easiest language. One is the module. Okay, already we have seen this many module, I can go for it, right? This many module, and this is just an example. Think about it, how vast it is, and how largely it is storing the modules. It is just an example. Python has its own inbuilt modules. Apart from that, there are more, I can say, third party APIs also, third party modules also, okay, which is not included in Python. So think about it, with the help of single thing, what are the things we can create easily? What all fields there are, we can easily go through that, right? That means if I'm using, these are not, if I'm using Keras, what thing I can create? If I'm using PyTorch, what I can create? If I'm using Selenium, what we can create? And this is just an example. Like this, I can say that we have thousands of lakhs of modules we have inside of Python. Okay, so tomorrow I will tell you what is this module and how do we use this. Second and third, uh, how to retrieve this particular data, how to get the data, how many types of modules we have, predefined modules in Python, and apart from Python, what are the modules we have. Tomorrow I'll tell. Now, history. Let's come to the history back. Right, Python 2.0, that is the second version of Python. Second, I wouldn't say second version, because in this particular 1.0 there are more sub versions. Okay, there are more updated versions will be there, right? And 2.0 is what? It is released in 2000. It is released in 2000, important introduced important features like garbage collector or collection, and Unicode space or Unicode support. Okay, now once they introduce 2.0, they also have introduced features like garbage collector and Unicode support. What is garbage collector? I'll tell you later on, right? Garbage collector, in simple way I'll tell you, garbage collector is nothing but to collects the unused memory. Okay, in every normal systems also, if you are downloading any movie, for an example, if you are downloading any movie, after watching it, will you keep that movie in your phone or will you delete it? After watching, will you keep it or delete it? Obviously, because it is occupying the memory space. Yeah, as soon as possible, go ahead. One A is you have used extra A, right? As soon as possible, check it. Yeah, go ahead. Who's that? As soon as possible. Hello, sir. How can we get know there is a error in particular function. Pranish, I will tell you each and everything when it comes to programming. Okay, just I have example over there, right? So no need to think how to get it. Okay, for now we are in the beginning phase, so no need to understand how to get the error. Okay, just we have started, so no need to understand how to get it. Okay, this is just an example, simple example of C programming. It was okay, it wasn't a example of Python, it was an example of C programming here. Okay, so I'll tell you how to get the error. Okay, actually, Pranesh, you should prevent error. Okay, the good programmer who prevents error, not to think about more about error, right? Right. So 2.0, when they have introduced 2.0, 2000. Okay, for what? Garbage collection and Unicode. Okay, what is garbage collection? I was into garbage collection, right? So garbage collection. Once you download any movie, once you watch it, you will delete it, right? Because it is occupying some memory space, right? If it is occupying the memory space, obviously we don't want to keep it anymore. Unnecessarily, we don't want to keep it, right? In programming language also, the there is a implicit background process is there. Okay, background process called garbage collector. Garbage collector purpose is nothing but to collect the unused memory. Unused memory, in which sense we are saying unused memory? Let's suppose you have initialized any variable. Let me give you one example. Okay, let's suppose I have taken one variable a is equals to 10. Can I say 10 is being stored by a? Can I say a variable is storing 10 value, right? Now at some point of time, suddenly something came into my mind that I should take a is equals to 20. Okay, I should take a is equals to 20. Can I say now the a variable which is storing 10 is not in use? Is not in use. This particular memory will be collected by whom? Garbage collector, because this is an unused memory. Are you getting it? This is an unused memory. Also, if I take something like a is equals to none, there is a keyword called none. Not a keyword actually, it is a value. Okay, there is a data type called none which has this particular value none. If I say a is equals to none, that means a is storing this particular none value, and none is nothing but nothing. Okay, none is nothing. That means it is not zero, it is not space, it is not, I would say it is not null, not null, I would space, zero, yeah, space is also there. Empty also, it is not empty as well, right? None means nothing. Nothing means if we are not storing nothing, that means this particular thing also will be collected by whom? Garbage collector. So main purpose of garbage collector is nothing but to collect the unused memory and free up the memory space. Free up the memory space to make our program more efficient. Are you getting it? Okay, so for today I am leaving it here. Okay, I'm not going to make it more bore, right? Because you will get more bore, right? I know you guys cannot sit for a while. Shall we stop it here? Just give me a moment. So it is 5. So let me give you one overview of this particular course. That initially we are going to have 3 or 4 days of demo session. Then after completing of demo, we will get into the main regular batches. Okay. After getting into or getting enrolled in that particular main regular batch, you will have to attend daily, offline, online, whatever it is. Mostly those who are coming offline, try to come on offline. Okay, those who are willing to come offline, you guys also can come offline. Okay, those who are attending online. Okay. Okay, fine. And yes, so this curriculum would also will be including the thing like internship. Okay, 3 to 6 month internship would be there, as well as we are going to monitor each and everything like mock tests, mock interviews. Every week you will be having mock tests and mock interviews. Okay, apart from this course, apart from our sessions, you will be having mock tests, mock interviews, and we are going to monitor your attendance as well. Attendance would be mandatory. 80% of attendance should be there, right, to get into the internship program. And in internship program, we also are providing your 50% of payback, right? Whatever the fees you are going to pay, we are going to pay you back 50% of that. That means if you are good in particular curriculum, or you can say if you are attending the class properly, if you have good number of classes, also if you have 80% above attendance, and if you have good marks in your mock test and mock interviews, then we will provide you internship program. And in that internship, actually internship program is for everyone, but those who are performing well, for them we will provide you this particular stipend every month. I would say every month you will be having 5,000 of stipend. Okay, 5,000 we are going to give you back. Getting my point? Okay, fine. And recording sessions, every day recording session will be uploaded on your Google Drive. And also I'm going to upload every day, I'm going to upload the notes in the Google Classroom. Okay, lab session would be for doubt sessions and also practice sessions. If you get any kind of doubt, immediately you can come down here, you can come to me, you can ask me any doubt. Okay, and you can move further, right? Any doubt? Yes, online guys, do you have any doubt? Yeah, go ahead as soon as possible, go ahead. I'm waiting. Your name is as soon as possible and you are taking this much of time. Yes, Dipti, Hari Prasad, I'm not going to take this much name. So, do you have any question? Anyone? Satish. Ah, Satish, go ahead. As soon as possible, you go ahead. Ask me the question. Okay, thank you. Your question is being acknowledged. Like garbage collector. इससे मैं क्या समझूं? Like garbage collector. Hmm? Even I do like garbage collector. Tell me, Satish. Everyone like garbage collection. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Any other? Any other question here offline? You don't have any question? Anything? Not even a single question. What is like garbage collection? Okay, what? Acha. So garbage collection is nothing but it collects the. Just now I have explained it, right? Garbage collector or collection is nothing but to collect the unused memory. It is a background process. Every programming language has its own garbage collector. It could be C programming, C++, Java, whatever it is. Okay, it is a background process. That means the programmer cannot see it, right? Programmer cannot see it. And garbage collector has its own, I would say it is having one friend called destructor. Okay, destructor means which deallocates the memory. I will tell you what this is. Okay, in later part I will tell you when it comes to object oriented programming language. there is a concept called instructor. Okay, just like a constructor, there is a concept called destructor. Okay, so basically what is garbage collector? Garbage collector is nothing but we have a separate topic, no need to worry about this. ASAP, Satish, no need to worry about this. Okay, I'll tell you what is garbage collector. We have separate topic. Give me a quick confirmation, did you get it? Anyone wants to ask question? Anyone wants to ask question? Yes. Okay. So this is it. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Had a great session, right? And yeah, any question? So this is all about the course, right? You'll be having lots of things. Okay, it would be a beautiful journey if you join. Okay, and we will be with you every time, anytime. Okay, so we will be monitoring you as well as we'll keep everything in track. Okay, so that you will not fall behind. Something is there. Okay, thank you, sir. Shall we stop it? Okay, thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and make sure that you are joining with the same link. Okay, you guys also try to come. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.